Yo, this shit OP.
Peace, love, and black empowerment. You are tuned into the Mile High News Channel, Denver's first station for news and entertainment that is for us and by us. With your host, Noble Turner, Sharif Aline, Chairman Sekou, and Jesse Paris. Welcome. Peace, love, and black empowerment. Welcome back to Mile High News, family. This is episode number 35. Keeping it pushing. So yeah, y'all, as usual, I just want to make sure I thank all of our donators, all of our supporters, all of our viewers. You know, we really appreciate y'all. Make sure you tune in to our YouTube channel. Like and subscribe there. Like we always say, we're going to be out of the Facebook game here in a little while. Facebook is be tripping, man. If you're trying to do something like this on this level, you know, they always got something to say. I'm always, you know, talking to them, telling them about what this video is, and you got to take this off from the video and whatever. So, you know, we're trying to get our own platform. Y'all look out for that. As usual, I want to give y'all an update on the Unity community. We are still pushing forward. You know what I'm saying? We've got our first storage container, so you know we're trying to flip that into our growing container, should I say? But you know we're sticking to it, fam, and you know we really need y'all's help, and we just want to let y'all know that you know we're pushing towards it every day. You know what I'm saying? We're really trying to find something else that's going to work for us, because you know this is going to work, fam. You know what I'm saying? We need our own space. We need our own communities where we can be ourselves. A lot of you who are friends with me on my page, I showed you how it is. You know, we was out there, you know, bumping the music, playing the SIBO, you know what I'm saying, for all my people from the West Coast. We out there, you know, got some artillery, and we, you know, going to the range, and you know, we're training and practicing tactical stuff, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, you can't do that here in the city, you know what I'm saying? Let alone pretty much live and be yourself, you know what I'm saying? So that's what we're trying to create for us, fam. That's what we need, you know? We need to get away, you know? We need a vacation away from everybody else, you know? Us as the people, you know? We need to get away and you know, finally figure out who we are, you know, get into meditation and get into, you know, stuff that is uplifting, you know, because this stuff going on now, this stuff is sad, bro. You know, we're going through a whole lot, you know what I'm saying? And not saying that we can't handle it, because we've been through a lot before, but, you know, sometimes you need to get away and take a break. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly why I'm creating this, and that's exactly what I want to do for our people. And watch after it happens. Watch how better of a people we are. You know what I'm saying? And like I always tell you guys, we're not doing this for just Colorado. We're just starting it in Colorado. But after we get here, then we're moving somewhere else. And we're making this a nationwide thing, hopefully a global thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's, you know, I'm putting that out there and letting that be that. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that's definitely what our people need. So tonight I just want to talk about building and creating think tanks. You know what I'm saying? Because as a people, we never get to sit down and plan. You know what I'm saying? Plan what our next move is and what our next strategies are for something that we really can take action to. You know what I'm saying? I remember about a year ago, you know, we went to the Black Agenda tour with Sister Michi X, and you know it was good. You know, we were talking about stuff and you know getting stuff planned, but it's always people there who don't look like us. And you know, my question always is wondering like why do you want to come to? Do we come to Klan rallies? You know, do we come to the El Mexicana get together? but not disrespecting or nothing. But when you're trying to come together with your people, trying to create plans, there should be nobody there but you and your people, right? If you're planning to uplift yourselves and stuff, what are other people doing here? Why do you want to see this? You know what I'm saying? And that's just my question. You know, we're having a meeting on how to stop the violence within our community. We're having a lot of murders going on with our teens here in Denver. You know what I'm saying? Why are people from other races there? You know? And just like I'm doing with Unity Community and just like other things, you know, when we get together and we are to ourselves, we are comfortable. And then when we are comfortable, we can build. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, you got these certain class of people, you know, y'all know who they are. You know, they got their little opinions and want to show out in front of other people. You know what I'm saying? No. If you have something or event for our people, let it be for our people and nobody else. And, you know, going into that, Mile High News, we're going to be presenting Hidden Colors 5. It's going to be we're going to show the movie, and then we're going to have a dialogue and discussion about it. And it's going to be 3421 Elm Street, Denver, Colorado, 80207. The time is going to be 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. and this is going to be July 25th. You know, and we will have food there for y'all. We'll have some free food, and we'll actually have some vendors here that are going to be coming. But, you know, that's what I want to do. I want to create a think tank for Denver, for our people, by our people. You know what I'm saying? So this event, this will be an all melanated black ADOS meeting. Nobody else will be welcomed because you don't have any reason to be here. You don't have any reason to be in on our discussions and be in on what we're trying to do to empower our people for the next generation. So once again, we will be having a Hidden Colors 5 movie and then a dialogue and discussion after that. This will be July 25th, 3421 Elm Street, and the time will be from 6 to 8 p.m. So, you know, make sure y'all come out. We're trying to get it keep it in the 30 people range because of the COVID and everything that's going on. But this is exactly what I want to do, fam. I want to sit down and I want to talk to my people and plan with my people. You know, just like with Unity Community and what we're doing, you know, we can't do this all by ourselves. That's why I'm trying to bring in new people every day. And while I'm bringing them in, I'm still watching them too. And I got my eyes on some of y'all. Anyways, but yeah, you know, we're trying to plan for the future, fam. And that's what we need to do. We need to have think tanks and we need to have stuff that's about solutions for our people because it's time to stop all this nonsense. Stop all this protesting and this rioting. We've done that before. It's old. And I don't care who thinks it ain't. How long we been doing this? Your grandmama did it. You know what I'm saying? My grandmama did it. And their grandmas probably did it. You know what I'm saying? They're still sitting out here asking these people for what can empower us when we have the only thing in us that's going to empower us, which is us. So we need to stick to that, fam. So, you know, we'll be putting out flyers and we'll be advertising on my site and Brother Che and Brother Seku's site and the Mile High News site. Y'all make sure y'all come out July 25th. Once again, it'll be the Hidden Colors 5 movie, and after that, dialogue and discussion. So tonight is our Sister Circle, and as usual, we have our queen of the Sister Circle, my wife Monique, and she's going to be talking to y'all about staying out of them damn hospitals.
All right.
Right. Sister Monique.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, to my husband again, and thank you. Always a pleasure being here with the brothers, Melly Queen, and, you know, the family as usual. But yeah, I want to talk about staying out of those hospitals because, you know, sometimes at night I don't watch a lot of news, but I do watch the NBC nightly news right before I'm going to bed. And I'm still seeing a lot of our people out there that don't even have the coronavirus, don't have the They're not sick where they need ventilating machines or none of that. But I'm seeing some of our people last night and the night before asking to be tested. One man and his wife was in the line and they asked him, they put the camera in his face, they asked him, why do you want, to be tested? Are you showing any symptoms? And he said, I just want to know if I have it or not. So we cannot be going into these hospitals asking, do we have it or not? If you have symptoms, I understand. If you're dying, I understand. It is real, but at the same time, some of our people are going and you're asking just because all these white people are being tested. Now you want to be tested because you don't want to feel left out. And I'm sorry if that's not the case for some. But to me, for that man to sit on national TV and say, oh, I just want to know if I have it or not. To me, I was really bothered because I'll go back when I even had my second son at Denver Health. My son, they gave me an epidural. Now, I didn't know that they're supposed to numb you before they stick the big needle in your back. So, and I didn't find that out until my third son. So my second son was born. They stuck that thick needle in my back and never even numbed me. Now, had I not had an epidural at Rose for my third son, I wouldn't have even known that they were supposed to numb me. Just some of the evilness that comes out of them to do that. If you're supposed to numb somebody, why would you see if I can take more pain? And they did used to do that to black women back in the day. They used to practice on them. They used to think that they can take more pain than, anybody else. And they were guinea pigs pretty much. And another instinct. With my grandmother's in the hospital. She's dying of cancer. She's 81 years old. And they've told her, she got cancer. There's a nurse that comes in and she knows that my grandma's sick. And the way she was treating my grandma, just being nasty to her, she yanked her arm and I went off on the lady and my grandmother got mad at me and told me not to talk to the lady that way. And I understand now it's because she was scared that this lady's going to do something more to her than give her the care that she's already given her. But she was scared that if we left, what would happen to her? And that's sad that our grandparents you see it even with other women having babies, they are scared to go into the hospitals because of the way that they are treated. And I was treated that way more than once. And I am an example of even my son as far as vaccines. I don't understand how Africa is letting them experiment on them with these vaccines. They have fewer cases than the United States, and they're over there letting them test on them with these vaccines. And so my thing is, we need to stay out of the hospitals unless we're sick. There was all these different cases of nurses crying on TV saying how they were sad because they had to work on black people and they were basically told to just put them on ventilators. We know we don't get the same care. We know that sometimes we do have to go to these hospitals for certain treatments, antibiotics or gunshot wounds or whatever the case may be. But to just be going because we want to know if we have it, we know that we have never been treated right in these hospitals. And I am just warning y'all. And I know I've spoke about this before. And so I hope some people aren't like, oh, here she go talking about this again. But this is serious to me. This man didn't have no symptoms. And not only him, I see other people in line. They are not sick, but they want to go and make sure they don't have it. So you're going so they can give it to you? Because I guarantee you some of the people who didn't have it, who went in those hospitals, they have it now. So just be careful. I love y'all, and I don't want to go on and on, but yeah.
Go on and on.
Just
sure.
definitely, y'all be careful. Stay out of them damn hospitals.
This is Sister Circle. That's right. Yeah, definitely. Thank you, baby. Yes, that is something that we really need to worry about. You know what I'm saying? Because like I've always said here on Mile High News, they're not bringing this war just in one way. They're bringing it any way they can to take us out.
Schools, everything. They're attacking you. You don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but definitely
where's the conspiracy?
Attacking you every which way.
Where's the conspiracy?
We do have to be careful. Just even our kids, like in the school systems and all of that. I mean, they're attacking you in so many different ways. Still shooting you during the coronavirus. I mean,
And that just shows you. That's just shows you. And that's why a lot of us got out there and got rowdy and got with it, because, you know, we were sitting in there, and then a lot of my people, because there's awakening going on, a lot of my people utilize this time to really figure out what's really going on. Because if you look at it, even if you sit down for, you know, just a few minutes, you can see what's going on, man. You can see what they're really trying to do, and that's something that we really got to focus on. Whether it's like my wife said, either it's in the schools with the kids, or it's either going to be, you know, through medical, which they've been trying to get us from years. You know, look up Margaret Sanger. You know what I'm saying? And I have a lot of people in my family who, I just love Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton and all that. Then Hillary Clinton was going to murder y'all. You know what I'm saying? She would have been president, and I'm telling how many.
she's still behind Planned Parenthood.
Margaret Sanger was the creator of eugenics. Margaret Sanger was the creator of Planned Parenthood. And if Hillary Clinton would have came into power, Hillary Clinton said she admired her for her vision. You know what I'm saying? What was her vision? Margaret Sanger. Her vision was to kill us.
Put you in prison, give you vaccines.
No, it was literally to kill us in the womb. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So we really got to deal with it. We're at war from every avenue, family. So we really got to stay focused on that. So next up, we got our sister Melly Queen, General Melly Queen in Queen's Corner. She's going to be talking about It's Time for Change. So General Melly Queen.
Thank you, Brother Noble. Welcome to the Queen's Corner. How y'all doing, Black family? How are you all doing during this time? Now, I would like to say peace and power and shouts out to all Black media platforms, our brothers and sisters that are here spreading the truth. Shout out to Brother Noble and the Mile High News team. Keep doing what you all are doing up there in Colorado with Unity Community and the Mile High News Station. Yes, coming to you all for us and by us always. Shouts out as always to the Vanguard's Online Academy. Yes, family. Y'all better get in. Come on, get in with us. It's not going to change. The world that you know it has changed, family. And you can sit back and keep hoping and wishing that it's going to get back to normal. What is normal? You see, because when I think back, normal wasn't a good place for a black man, a black woman, or a black child in America. So what was normal? It's time for change, family. When? How long? How much more can you take? Our babies looking at us, they can't even go outside and bask in that bright, brilliant, beautiful sunlight. You think that's okay? That's normal? Come on, Black family. You know, we walk around here like we the kings and queens and this, that, and the other. Yes, we are of greatness. When are we gonna walk, talk, move, work, show our greatness? See, I'm not one for all those words and all that fancy talking. I'm about that action. What you got to show me? What do you want to do? It's been time out for all this ignorance and this madness. We have too many incidents of domestic violence, of murder in our communities, of our children, innocent children, because we don't have the discipline. We don't have the control of ourselves and our emotions because we're not thinking. Your brain is your most powerful weapon. When are you going to utilize it? You know, that's a word we learned in class the other day. Utilize. Make the most efficient use of something. Our children are watching us. Our children are hurting and suffering and dying. For me, it's only one simple answer. I have to do what I have to do to make sure that I'm okay, my children are okay, my family is okay, my community is okay, and my people are okay. Let it go, family. It's time for new changes. It's time for a reset. You know what they say when they say reset? It means start over, recharge, regroup, get back to excellence. We have each other. We are all we got. And it's going to take us to save us. What are you going to do? We moving forward, family. Don't get left behind. I love you all. All power to the people. Black power.
That's right. That's right, Sister Melly. It's time for change. It's time for us to really get to something and stick to something because, you know, we're all over the place. And just like I predicted when this dumb Will and Jada stuff came out, you know what I'm saying? It was going to distract us. And me and my wife, we have separate issues about that, you know what I'm saying? And my wife, she's on the level that, you know what I'm saying, we need to fix our families. And that was a perfect example of you know what I'm saying, the problems we have with families and stuff. And I understand that, you know, I understand that. But I just really think it's time for strategic planning. You know, it's time for us to really sit down, get a plan, present that plan. If they don't care about that plan, fuck you then. Then we're going to still stick to it and get this push by hook or crook. That's just what I think it's time for, you know? And, you know, families are a big part of the fabric that make us as a people. But, you know what I'm saying? I just think it's coming at us so hard.
Man, woman, and child.
Yeah, it's right. And I feel that too. But I just think it's coming at us so hard, fam, that we really need to focus on getting up out of this. And like I've always said, if you were to fall into a pile of glass or nails or something, you don't want to sit there and plan how you're going to get out the nails while you're in it. You know, you want to get up first, get out of it, then think, okay, let me dust myself off and let me figure out the way for that to happen again. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how I feel. You know what I mean? That's not the, you know, popular, it's not the popular thing that was going on, but you know, that's just me.
I just think you have to be serious about everything, but sometimes you can step back and it is okay to look at certain things. And I thought it was positive that they were saving their marriage and, you know, she has some indiscretions. Not that I know nothing about that, but I'm just saying as far as it helping other black couples. And so, yeah, okay, it was stupid to a lot of people. I get it. While we're out here fighting for our lives. I get it.
That's right. But yeah, definitely. It's the AMO show, yeah. So yeah, that's right. Definitely next up, we got our brother Sharif. And our brother Sharif, you know, he is deep in the streets. He's always getting it in, you know what I'm saying? And we appreciate what he does for Mile High News. So let's give him one. Our brother Sharif. And he's going to be speaking on the youth violence that's going on here in Denver. And, you know, it's getting kind of bad, fam. We had 4 kids in 1 week get killed here. You know what I'm saying? These are teenagers. So this is definitely a major issue that's going on in Denver. And, you know, hopefully we can solve it. And as always, like I say, I got the answer for it. And I don't care what nobody say. I got the answer for it. But everybody don't believe in what I'm talking about. So our brother Sharif is going to be talking about youth violence, the gay pandemic defense, and other groups benefiting off of our people. And Joe Biden ain't doing good with us, and he shouldn't be. So, Brother Sharif.
Peace, family. This is Brother Sharif Alim reporting for the Mile High News. A lot of stuff in the news this week, family. Let's start off with the violence that's been going on in our community. For the last week or so, there's been a lot of young people being shot and killed on the streets of Denver. And last night, you know, we tried to have a peace rally, a peace meeting, bringing different organizations together to try to combat the issue. And in the middle of it, brothers started fighting, egos got in the way, people speaking too long. They invited the police into a meeting where we supposed to be working stuff out and trying to stop the violence in the street. And we know, family, that the police is complicit in a lot of this violence. Also, they invited the news media out. The news media is the enemy of the black community and don't do nothing but scapegoat us and put out a lot of negative information about the community. So if we're going to come together as a community and figure out what's going on with the gang violence and other issues in our community, we cannot have the police there. We cannot have the media there. Also in Colorado today, the Governor Polis signed some kind of law stating that you cannot use gay or trans panic defense in a court of law. What does that mean, family? It means that if you go out to a bar and you meet a lady who you think is a lady, and you go back to her place or she comes back to your place, and you find out that she's a man, like right before sex, if you do anything violent, hit them, kill them, whatever, you know what I'm saying, you're going to jail, and you cannot use that as a defense. I think that sets up a slippery slope, family, because, they tell women all the time that if you meet a guy in the bar and you go back to his place or he go back to your place, and, if you don't want to initiate sex and they try to force themselves on you, that's rape. So essentially, like what this new bill is saying is that, if you are in a situation where a gay person makes a sexual advance towards you and you react violently to that advance, then you're the one that's going to jail. And the slippery slope is that now that people can take advantage of you. People can take advantage of you, and they know that they have the law on their side. So be looking out for that, family. They just signed it today. So, if you get into a situation where you think that you're going to be with a woman and it turns out to be a man, you better just put your clothes back on and run out the door. You know what I'm saying? Because if you try to do anything violent, you're going to jail. These are the tangibles that other people are getting off of the backs of the Black Lives Matter movement. Also, Native Americans, they didn't have a resurgent in, their claims of oppression and trying to get different symbols and sports symbols taken down. The Washington Redskins say they no longer going to use the Redskin emblem. You know what I'm saying? Other teams out there saying they're no longer going to use Native American emblems for their sports teams. Also, the state of Oklahoma, a federal judge has ruled that like half of the state of Oklahoma belongs to Native Americans, and they're talking about not prosecuting Native Americans for crimes that are committed in on Indian territory. So we see like the LGBT community, the Native American community, the immigrant community. There's been a lot of communities that have came up off of the Black Lives Matter struggle, and basically they're painting Black Lives Matter in the streets. They're taking down a couple of statues, but when it comes to passing legislations and producing real tangibles, they don't have nothing for black folks. Lastly, family, I wanted to talk about Minister Farrakhan's speech on the 4th of July. I thought it was very informative and powerful, but a lot of entertainers like Nick Cannon and the brother that plays for the Philadelphia, Deshaun Watson, I think that's his name. It's been some NFL players, basketball players, entertainers that have spoken up for Minister Farrakhan, and now, the Semitism is being put on them. They're under attack. And black people cannot be anti-Semitic, just like black people cannot be racist, because we don't have no power to be anti-Semitic or racist. But they want to stop black free speech. They want to censor what black people have to say about the oppression and wrongs that other groups have put on us and label us anti-Semitic. Don't fall for the okie doke. Do not believe the hype. Let's stay on reparations. Let's stay on tangibles. Let's stay on code. Also, I'm going to throw this in there. There was a report that just came out that says Joe Biden is doing horrible amongst black people. And why is that? Because he will not deal with reparations. If you're not talking about reparations, we are not going to vote for you. This has been Sharif Aleem for the Mile High News. Peace, family.
Yep, that's right. That's right, Brother Sharif. We got to, a lot of this stuff is tied into what's going on with our people. You know what I'm saying? That, like I've always said, that there's got to be an agenda that we get with and we stick with. So, like in the future, I'm trying to get some teens and some youths on here to speak. I'm going to be bringing my sons and, let them tell how they feel about what's going on here. And you know what I'm saying? Because, I was lucky to, have 3 teenage black boys with the statistic that 1 out of 3 black young men will see prison or death before they turn 18. And, I'm lucky to have a 22-year-old and a 19-year-old and a 15-year-old. So we still got 3 more years to go. But, I'm that dad. You know what I'm saying? I'm the dad. Just want to let y'all know. You know what I'm saying? You cannot and will not have mine. So definitely. So next up, we got our brother Che. Our brother Jesse gonna be speaking on Tangibles 2020 and natives getting territory and the city council going viral. So brother Che.
All right, come on. Thank you, Brother Noble. I just wanted to piggyback off of what the Queen said about these hospitals. There's a good book by the name of The Medical Apartheid by Harriet Washington. I advise everybody that's watching this to check that book out. It goes into graphic detail about the experience that's been done on our people since the beginning of before the founding of this country. So yeah, definitely check that out. And also make sure to like and subscribe on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, family. We got to push this up to us to get this message out to the masses of our people.
Right, it should be right down there, y'all.
So check it out. But yeah, family, I called it at the beginning of the year. I said, look, this is Tangibles 2020. This is the year that we get our tangibles, right? So now tangibles are starting to just flow like never before. Like 6 months ago, everywhere. This was what they call a conspiracy theory. But it's only conspiracy theory when we say it. When Master says it, it's not conspiracy theory, but when we say it, it's conspiracy theory. Right. So yeah, we are serious, and we're still serious about our tangibles. So Joe, the bigot biting, is seeing that the youth ain't playing with them. My generation and the generation behind me is not playing. Millennials and Zs, we are not taking this any longer. We refuse to bow down to the Democrats. We've been giving our vote to them for 50 years, and we haven't been getting nothing in return but symbolism. So this is the year and the decade of tangibles, and that's something real, something substance, something you can feel, touch, measure, count. So that also means reparations to the sum total, or beginning with total $100 trillion for past, present atrocities, continued atrocities that have been brought against our people in the Americas, in America, the United States of America. We built this country. Yes, we are global. We are all over the world, but we have a specific claim with the United States government that needs to be met, and we're going to make sure it's met by all means necessary. So leading into that, Politico did an article, and it's not looking good for Biden. Biden Senile Biden, sexual predator Biden, you're not gonna get our vote. You're not gonna get our vote, man. And neither are you, Trump.
You sure ain't get my vote.
So one of y'all gonna have to come off with the tangibles. Otherwise, y'all can good night. Especially Biden, good night. See you, because you're done. And now the native tribes are getting tangibles all of a sudden. You know, Biden, he had the audacity to say that he was going to support reparations for Native Americans as well as blacks. No, this has to be specifically for us. This is why we are so precise and concise about what we are labeled as. Foundational black Americans, descendants of slavery. We built this country. There'll be no country without us. The so-called native tribes didn't do nothing but enslave us. They didn't do nothing to contribute to the building of this nation. So why the hell do they deserve any kind of reparations? And they've already gotten their reparations in casinos and land. We need land, family. But they just giving land to them. The 5 civilized tribes of Oklahoma, the Muskogee, the Creek, the Chickasaw, and the Seminole, and the Cherokee. The thing about the Seminole is that means runaway. That means runaway slave. So a Seminole man was convicted in Oklahoma state court, and the Supreme Court just recently, like less than a week ago, like 4 days ago, ruled that the case should have been filed in federal court opposed to state court. And the result of this particular case was the Supreme Court ended up declaring that about half of Oklahoma, so you know the state of Oklahoma, is tribal. So now they have sovereignty. Yeah, that includes Tulsa, Black Wall Street, Tulsa, all that. Now that is considered tribal. So we need to stay abreast to these things, family, and understand that land for us is possible. They keep saying that land and reparations for us is not possible. No, it's very possible. And we see it with this COVID. You see them passing trillions of dollars with this COVID. You see them giving land to the so-called natives. Because I say so-called because the Dow's rolls, $5 Indians. A lot of these people that claim to be Native Americans aren't even Native Americans. And I actually went to a protest in Pueblo, and a lot of those Native Americans did not look like the original Native Americans.
Caucasians.
And when you pointed out the fact that there was black natives, they kind of brought it back about it, because there was actually a sister that she looked like she was straight up Native, but she was a sister. I mean, chocolate and everything, and it took a lot for them to even acknowledge that she was Native American.
They still
got a lot of that Native in it.
Everybody want to be Indian,
like if
though.
they was going to be fair, they'd
play
give us the other half of Oklahoma.
Period. And now we got Denver City Council shook. They don't want to have no more meetings in person. Candy's the only one that's brave enough. Candy Cedarbach is the only one that was brave enough to meet with us yesterday, while the rest of them were sitting on the computer. So that's how the meetings are going to be conducted now, because since we took over the chambers, they're scared now. They don't want to meet with us, especially her and this chicken behind ass. So I just want to let y'all know, if you want to check out City Council, you have to do it online now, because they're blaming it on COVID, but it's really because they're scared of us taking over the chambers once again. The protesters was part of that crew. And yeah, enough is enough of this madness. They need to come off with our tangibles and our land, period. Thank you.
That's right.
All right.
Definitely, family. Like I always say, like, you would think that if they wanted us gone so bad, you would think that they would approve reparations to get us out of the country. Just to send us on that, just to get away, just to be rid of you Negroes. We don't want to hear from you. They can do that, and we could be gone. Because I know if I get my check, a nice enough check, I'm probably going to dip out. Either let it be the Unity Community or the African. You know what I'm saying? But you would think that they would want to give us money for the least of, just to shut us up. Just to say, oh, here, Negroes, here you go. Shut up. You ain't got nothing else to say now. They won't do it.
No, they're scared of what you will do if you get that money.
That's right.
They're scared of you buying land or actually.
Because they know what we can do.
Right. We've done it before.
With nothing.
With nothing.
Wow.
That's right. So yeah, man, we just gotta stay focused, and we gotta quit focusing on dumb stuff. Sure. Keep the pace. Right. Keep the pace. And just like all these riots and all that stuff that was going on, why y'all stop? Right. Keep on going. Keep on getting it in. Right. You know what I'm saying? Let them feel the pain. And then, like I was talking about the Montgomery bus boycott. They did it for 381 days. We only did it for 2 months. What y'all gonna do?
Don't help.
I mean, yeah, there's some people that don't believe that too, but you know, y'all will see. Y'all will see, man. Y'all gonna see what really is gonna work. So definitely, next up we got our brother Sekou in Sekou's Corner, our future Senate representative from the Unity Party. Brother Sekou.
All right. All right. Let the church say amen. I'm in Hotel. What's going on? Tell me the truth, Ruth. Tonight, I want to talk about the role of history in our liberation and unity revolution. History gives you 3 things. It gives you identity. It tells you who you are and where you came from. That's 1. It gives you purpose. It tells you why and what are you here for. And last but not least, it gives you a direction on how do you get to your vision quest in life. And so we're not talking about the pursuit of happiness. History will teach you how to achieve that in a tangible way, so life is a song worth singing. And so when you allow someone else to come and define who you are and tell you what your purpose is, and then take you in a direction of where they want you to go, now you have oppression. Now you have just given away your freedom and your liberation. And if you're not free, then that means you're a slave to someone else's agenda. Whether you think so or not, whether you feel so or not, it is what it is. And that's all the truth is. Truth ain't no more than what it is. And you can't get past it. And the truth has nothing to do with me. It just is. It was here before I got here. It's here while I'm here. And it'll be here when I'm gone. And it's a scientific process. For instance, gravity. What goes up got to come down on this planet. And you can test it every day to see whether it's true or not. And it's not true some of the time. It's true all the time. So it's not about your opinion. What goes up, gonna come down. Period. Whether you think so or not. Whether you believe it or not. And if you don't think it don't apply to you, go on top of your roof, climb up, and then jump off and tell me if you stay up there. With your good thinking self, your good feeling self, all that metaphysical mess. You know what I'm saying? About how you and woo in the atmosphere and did. All right? You get up there and you jump up off the roof and you don't come down. All right? Then we can just stop all the conversation now because we've been taught some false science here. All right? So, identity. Who are we? Every people comes from a land on this planet. For instance, the French come from a land called France. The British come from a land called Great Britain. The English, the French, the Irish come from a land called Ireland. Now, for all y'all who's confused about that, then you tell me, African-America. Where is African-American land on this planet? Where? Where is it? Where is it? It don't exist. But you identified yourself with that because someone is tying your life and interest into your oppressor's land that they seized illegally called America, and that ain't original name of the land. But they started your history out in slavery. And then they want to put African-slavery on that, and you walking around proud to say that. And then you check the box. I'm an African-American. Really? Where's African-American land? See, it don't exist, man. So quit calling yourself things that you ain't. See, you may not know who you are, but you know who you ain't because there's no such place called African-American land. Period. So on the purpose, we're talking about why are we here and what is we supposed to be about? Well, history gives you a code of conduct. It tells about what you down for and what you ain't down for. And if you ain't got something you're down for, then that means you go for anything. So that means you built in chaos and confusion, Jack. When you don't know your purpose, direction, where we going. Look at what we got going on now. I'm talking about for real. We are more confused than ever before. We step out there for us, and folks absorb that, and then it don't mean about us, it's about everybody now. See? All lives matter. Really? Really? Since when?
Exactly.
Since when did all lives matter here?
Exactly.
See? Well, the life I have is the only one I got. See? And so, yeah, it do matter to me because without my life, I'm dead. No life, dead. All right? Just that simple. All right?
It matters to me.
So, because my life matters to me, and because it don't mean nothing to you, why would I care about somebody else's life that don't care nothing about mine? That leads you back to low self-esteem, where you always trying to be something other than yourself. See? If your hair is nappy, you want to straighten it out. If your eyebrows is crooked, you want to turn them off and paint some on. All right? If your lips are big, you want to squinch them down to where they ain't so big. That you look like them because you think that's pretty. You want to be an imitation white Barbie doll and Ken? Come on, y'all. For real? And then you wonder why they play with you because you act like you a toy. And so we got to get back to being black. See? And we no longer can afford the luxury of being ashamed of it. That's who we are. Once Africa stamps you, you can't rub it off, Jack, so that's just the truth. And even if you get a lot of your lips still big, your nose still broad, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to breathe. You got to breathe. You know what I'm saying? So history is crucial. Now, I'll close with this. Malcolm said in Revolution that you have to fight the external enemy, your oppressor. You have to fight the internal enemy, the ones that are in your camp that's going to sell you out or snitch on you or tell on you or do because they the only one want to be on the job, the only Negro on the job. So they're going to make sure that they cut your throat and make sure they hold on to their artificial status. But he said the most rigorous form of revolution is that you've got to fight and weed out all the backward ideas you've been taught so that you can get fresh with it and reclaim your beingness. So in revolution, you have to fight against yourself. And he said if people knew what the word revolution meant, you wouldn't even use the word. Ready for the revolution.
That's right. That's right, fam. So yeah, we gotta keep our eyes to the prize. Stick to it, family. And you know, I hope y'all see this from Mile High News, that we're not only trying to bring you just news, but we're trying to bring solutions to our community. because the solutions are needed so bad. We have done everything over and over again except for trying to look for solutions and actually stick to the plan. So, peace and love. Make sure for my Denver family, we are having Mile High News Hidden Colors 5 dialogue, and we're having the shows and the dialogue after. It will be 3421 Elm Street. That's in Denver, and that will be from 6 to 8 p.m. on July 25th. There will be food served, free food, and then there's vendor food as well. And we'll be serving non-alcoholic beverages. Non-alcoholic. So, yeah. So, fam, we love y'all. And we're really trying to make a change, and there really needs to be a change, fam. We can't go back to what they call norm, because their norm is our fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So, peace, love, and black empowerment. You know what I'm saying? We will see y'all next week. We will have our, what's next week is going to be a correspondence show. So we have our correspondence on next week. And like I said, we love y'all, fam. You know, make sure y'all donate and support to the Unity community. We're really trying to get it in. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do this. It's going to happen. You know, make sure, you know, at Mile High News here, we're always accepting donations so we can, you know, get some better graphics and effects and stuff for y'all. And we'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Peace.